Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to take you through a full individual training session that's focused around the basics. So we're going to be polishing up our footwork, first touch, dribbling, as well as some finishing. And while I do that, I'm going to be testing out some new boots. So Definitive were kind enough to send out their brand new turf model. So today we've got the Definitive SLTF. And turf shoes aren't something I typically wear, and I'll get into why that is in the video. But I'm really excited to try these out because they've got some features about them that I think I'm really going to enjoy. So Definitive specialize in footwear that's safe for use on artificial turf, and these are their brand new model. So let's take a look. So here's the box the boots come in with the Definitive branding, as well as a pattern that's also featured on the shoes themselves. As mentioned, these are the Definitive SLTF, SL standing for super light, with a carbon mixed plate in the white and grey colour. So let's take a look at them. They come with a spare set of insoles. These are actually enhanced grip. So you'll find that the suede tech on top of these insoles provides friction between the sock and the shoe, so your feet don't slide around inside of them. So that's a nice addition. I'll definitely be putting these inside the shoe. And here's a look at the boots themselves. The Definitive SLTF, their brand new turf model. So obviously the looks are up there in my books because I'm a huge fan of white boots, and they're really lightweight. I can see why they're called SL, definitely an appropriate name. If we look at the back here, it's got this cloud bouncy material that almost looks like Ultra Boost. And that, I imagine, is going to absorb a lot of the shock, so I'm excited for that. And the turf model comes with the short rubber studs, give you that traction on turf, and also the sole plate is carbon infused, which is meant to give it a bit more rigidity, so when you're twisting and turning, usually on a turf model, the rubber is very soft and malleable, but that carbon's going to stiffen it up, so it should help with your propulsion when you're sprinting and changing direction. So there is a good look at the boots. Now let's get them on feet. So let's first get the stock insole out. This is their super light model, it looks. As you can see, little cutouts in the top there to reduce weight, but we're gonna give these 2X grip suede tech versions a go. So pop that in. I am wearing grip socks as well. So we should have very good lockdown in these. With those two combined, let's get them on. All right. Fits like a glove out of the box. You might notice from my previous videos, I do like speed boots, Vapors, Adidas X, Mizuno Alpha. So I'm used to synthetic uppers. I like that thin, raw, barefoot sensation. Let's get the other one on foot. Yeah, nice. There's a first look on feet. They feel really good. You can certainly feel that bouncy material at the back there offers a nice shock absorption. But let's get warmed up and give them a real good test. Just gonna start my watch and we'll get going with a warm up. Get the body prepared for the session. So first impressions, boots actually feel comfortable despite being so light and thin. And the thing is with turfs, I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed, most brands don't put their top materials on their turfs. They kind of put their takedown model materials on them, which is a shame, but I understand that turfs are perhaps less popular. They kind of have to sacrifice performance. But what I like about Definitive, they're looking to change that a bit and create high-performing models that are suitable for artificial turf. So still early days, but first impressions are really good. Just gonna finish my warm-up and we'll get into some fast feet. So just gonna get into some fast feet into about a 15 meter or so acceleration, go through 5 or 6 of these, and I think I underestimated how difficult it is to talk and train at the same time, but we'll persevere. So just gonna go through 2 foot in each and accelerate. Yeah, nice. The sole is responsive, not like a typical turf model. It feels nice and rigid, so I can snap through each step. Just gonna go sideways now. Yeah, feels good. It's nice to have a lightweight turf shoe. The issue is that's very rare these days. Bit of an icky shuffle. Nice. Yeah, these feel great. And we'll do one more icky shuffle because it's one of my favorites and a great way to coordinate the feet before training. And then the last one, just going to be a freestyle. Just get as many touches in and out of the ladder as we can. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. You know what, let's just do one more freestyle, why not? Apologies for the deep breathing, but if I wasn't breathing, I'd pass out. Here we go. Oh yes, that's the stuff. Tell you what, just doing a few of those before training really gets you fired up, ready to go. Quick side note, are you guys enjoying me being mic'd up through my normal sessions like this? Let me know in the comments, maybe we'll do more. So let's get on the ball. Just gonna get into some close control dribbling to get some touches on the ball. I've placed down 4 poles away from the starting gate, about 3 steps up, and then each pole 1 step apart. And I've got 2 poles on the outside, 4 steps away from that final pole. So we're just gonna use both feet, especially through these tight gaps here, using all the different surface areas. Then we're gonna speed it up a little bit around the outsides, back through the poles to the starting point, and that's 1 repetition. So here we go. Nice and tight, loads of touches, low center of gravity. Nice. Yeah, what I really like about turfs is manipulating the ball with the sole. You get a lot of grip under there. So the touches are really tight, really precise. So I like those. We're gonna rest here. Maybe get a little juggling in between. Rest for about 30, 40 seconds. Yeah, touching the ball feels really good. Very barefoot, similar to a Mizuno Alpha, crazy light, crazy fast, that I already mentioned. So very barefoot. You feel every part of that ball on your foot, which I love, especially when dribbling. Feel razor sharp. Nice. All right, we're gonna do 5 sets, so 4 to go. Just gonna keep juggling in between sets, just to get some extra touches in. What's surprising me the most about these boots so far, I knew they were gonna be light, I knew they were likely gonna have a really snug fit, but the comfort has really surprised me. Don't feel any pressure points, and that shock absorption in the heel is really nice when you're sprinting. For me, when I've played in turf models before, I find the sole to be a bit flimsy, doesn't offer much support, can actually hurt my feet after a while. But these are doing me wonders. Really enjoying them. All right, into the next set. This time I'm gonna go the opposite way around. Here we go. Lots of little touches. Nice control, and back to the starting point. Yeah, nice. All right, last rep here. Here we go. Gonna go the same way. Yeah, nice. Excellent stuff. All right, just gonna rest here, get some water, and we're gonna get some first touch and finishing, my favorite. So getting into some first touch and finishing, really interested to see how these feel receiving a ball as well as striking. I have a feeling it's going to be very barefoot, like a Mercurial or an X, where you feel the sensation of the ball against your foot, which I really like, a very pingy sensation when the ball leaves your foot. So we're going to get into this exercise here, and the emphasis is being free-flowing with your movements. So you can work with a couple of patterns, get those down, but after a while, try and move freely. See how the ball responds off the rebound. You can work with a partner. I've just placed down these poles and mannequin, but you can put down cones or anything you have lying around the house. But I'm just working in between them. So I might pass the ball at the rebounder, might take the touch through this gap, play the pass, might take the touch in front, might work on some dynamic ball mastery, and just work on a few combinations. And then at some point, depending on how you're receiving the ball, see if you can escape out of here with a good clean first touch to set you up for a strike on goal. And what I like about these actions, they're very tight, they're very intense, they're almost a bit more intense than what you're going to experience in a match and more clustered. But if you can configure your feet in these really extreme tight spaces, you're going to feel more free on the ball when you have even more space. So it's good to challenge yourself. So I'm just going to go through a few of these on this left side, hitting the ball across goal into the left, and we'll go on the opposite side and work on hitting the ball into the right side as well. So let's go through a few here. So I might take the ball, touch, play the ball, play inside, touch, and finish. So the goal with this exercise is to free your mind as much as possible. Even though you're focusing on the precision of your touches, trying to do it to the highest standard, you're trying to move freely through the exercise and be instinctual, which is more reflective of the game. If we do too many patterns, we become robotic. So it's good to add that element of freestyle to your training when you can. So we're just going through, working on the precision of our touches, but responding to how we receive the ball. If I get the ball short, might need to come to it. If it's coming in with pace, might need to get it out my feet. So we're going to work instinctually and then try and end with some quality end product. So here we go. Touch. All right, see here, around the corner, come in, check out. So I decided to switch it up slightly. Instead of taking the rebound board and the poles over to the other side, I really wanted to dial in on this across goal strike. Sometimes I do that in a session, I've got a plan in mind, but I get halfway through the session and I realize I want to work on something really specific today. And sometimes spending that extra time on one technique, really refining it, can be extremely beneficial. So all we're going to be doing for this exercise, playing the rebound board, I'm going to take a positive touch towards these poles. And as you can see, I've staggered them fairly randomly. My goal is to weave in and out with close control, escape with a positive touch to set me up for a strike. And I'm just going to dribble back to the start, go for about 10 to 15 reps. So getting a little bit of cardio in here. We're not fully recovering between each, we're just slowing down the pace. That's the one we're looking for. Anywhere in that side netting I'm happy with. From this type of angle, that's a very difficult area, bottom or top, for the goalkeeper to save. A few more here. We'll take it. Almost got fouled by the pole. Carry on the rep though. In a match, it's not always going to be perfect. Make sure you're always completing your reps, even if it doesn't go to plan. Here we go. Last one. Oh yeah, great session. All right guys, so that's the session complete. Really enjoyed today's session. Loads of technical drills to really sharpen up all of the fundamentals and fun challenges in there as well. So give those a go. And what do I have to say about the Definitive SLTF? If you're looking for a good quality turf shoe, this is one of the best I've tried by far. Not only is it lightweight, but the upper isn't stiff, considering how thin it is, and it's a synthetic material, really softens up nicely, but you feel every touch of the ball. Definitely a barefoot sensation, and super light and responsive, which is what I really like about these the most. It's because typically from a turf shoe, not only are you getting a lot of material on the upper, which can make you feel a bit disconnected from the ball, but they tend to be bulky, not a great fit, not using the most premium materials that these brands have to offer. And I like that Definitive is really looking to promote a more performance-oriented turf shoe. So I'd recommend checking them out if you're on the market and you play mostly indoor. Will I wear these over my AG boots in a match? If we're outside, I'm always going to wear my AGs just because I can rely on them in any weather condition. I'm not sure how these would perform on a slippery surface, but maybe I'll give them a go, give you guys some feedback once I've tested them out. But I have to say, for indoor sessions, for really safe usage on these artificial surfaces, when you're pivoting, cutting and turning, these are a great option. And I will leave a link down below in my description if you want to pick up these, or if you just want to check out their website. They also have AG boots and FG, and they do ship worldwide. So check out the link in my description if you're interested in Definitive. But really appreciate them sending these out to me. Definitely going to get some more use out of them over this winter period while I'm training inside. But what did you guys think of the session? And did you enjoy this style of video where I'm microphoned up so you can get my feedback, hear my crazy breathing throughout? Give me some feedback on that. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you do enjoy this type of video, I'll be sure to do some more in the future. But I hope you enjoyed today's session. And if you did, make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video.